Mike Lemming. Difficult task. S12K though, gets the reload on it. They hear it, trying to bait them out here.
First connection's good. That's Al-Haji down. Baited in, looking to see if he get the follow-up tap off so he could literally remove him from the equation. The second as well. Ooh. Wow, that could have been real bad for Power.
Chills there, damn. Yeah, that could have been very, very bad. Great setup though on the doorway, right? One either side. As soon as Al-Haji went down, they completely changed up the game plan. They sent in the hammer first and it was not enough, so they had to go for something a little bit more strategic. But that was good. From Falak, at least that puts a little bit of fear in Power. Now that Fourth Thrives understand that this is likely going to happen every game, they can be prepared for this next one. But Sandhawk is a great map for putting up big points early on and getting that initial lead, especially at the start of any Grand Finals.
Oh yeah. Dream scenario for Power as well. You know, it looked like it wasn't really the true test of themselves in the group stage. But what we saw unleashed throughout survival stage, that's where they thrive. It's what we saw last year as well. It feels like they sort of dial it up a little bit. You know, they assess the lobby and realize, look guys, we just need to play to our strengths. So much of that carries on over here. It's a nice hard drop. Good result in the end, only losing one player in Ragnar. Could have gone bad, but you avoid that outcome, so they're going to be happy. For Fourth Thrives, that's an instant red mark, though. It's one of those games where you're thinking, okay, got to sit here, watch the flow of the action. Half an hour later, we'll be back. And you imagine they'll probably have something to say against Power throughout the course of playoffs now.
Yeah, it's a big blemish. Definitely a big blemish coming through for the guys on Fourth Thrives, but we know that they can bounce back. They had a little bit of a slip over towards their final matches. They still put up a huge scoreline, right? And I think if it wasn't for Alter Ego just blasting out of control, they would have remained in first place. So saying they had a slip is maybe a bit too bold from my camp, honestly. Fireflux, though, this is a team that did not slip up at all. They just kept on climbing. They were rung after rung on the ladder over in survival stage. That's why they looked fabulous. And it wasn't a case, in my opinion, that they looked great because it was weaker teams. I think for Fireflux, they had a real improvement over those 2 days.
Oh yeah, you think about the positioning, the way they were playing off one another. Similarly to obviously what we were describing there and highlighting as a good setup from Power, right? Those close quarters crossfires, the way they're playing off one another. That's what Fireflux were doing very consistently, but the rotations were on point. It did feel like they were hitting a skill ceiling of there's a lot this team can give, and we were just seeing it.
It was super cool to me because I think in a lot of Fireflux's games in the past, it's usually either a case of you highlight Scarface or you highlight Ketch. It's never both players at the same time. I think here at PMWC, it is a wonderful experience to be able to watch Fireflux and see that both Ketch and Scarface are both on their A game at the same time.